Truly VLONE exclusive.
What's up YouTube, it's Truly VLONE, and today I'm going to be showing you 5 pie charts for point guards that could go based on what you want to do, especially if you're just now starting or getting in the game. So yeah, I'm going to do playmaking, defense, shooting, and finishing. And the 5th pie chart, which is the most all-around build out of all of them, and is, heavily debated to be the best point guard build. And I'll do this all the way from point guard to center, the same exact thing. So yeah, if you want to position more than let's say people in the comments, they have center more than they have shooting guard, I'll do center second versus shooting guard. But yeah, besides that, let's get on to the video. Now before I get into this first pie chart, I'd like to thank you for clicking on the video. Even though it's a good bit of minutes long. But yeah, the thing I wanted to say was, you can make this build however you want. I'm just giving you the attributes that you should put in to get the most out of the badge points. So yeah, on to the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell, because now I'm at a point where I could post 3 to 4 times a week as I'm doing online school. So yeah, let's get to the video. Alright, so like I said earlier, we're about to do point guard. Nothing else matters and is detrimental to somehow making your build better. So continue. I'm gonna do finishing first, since it's the first one. And now, based on all of these pie charts, since you're a finisher, you're gonna wanna, be fast, so it'll be harder to catch you on fast breaks and all that stuff. Your downhill will be, more effective based on your speed. So you're gonna want to have high speed, which is, a necessity for being a slasher. I don't think there are really a lot of slow slashers or any slow slashers at all. But so based off that, you're gonna either want to pick the first. Well, actually, no, I'm going over myself. You kind of want strength. It doesn't really matter as for being a point guard, because you're gonna go. If you're a point guard, you're probably going against people who are around 175, playmaking shot creators, the same thing you see every day. So using that logic, you don't need a lot of strength, but it can make you more versatile, and it might help you in case you're in a situation you have to guard big men better. So if it was me making this build, I'd either choose the first one or the second physical profile. But for me, I'm choosing this one because once you get the gem rat badge and the other stats you get added, which is I think 8+ to everything on top of takeover, your speed will be well over 90. Your strength, everything gets boosted. So I suggest you choose this one because you're more all around, and your speed will increase versus you getting the first one and then you're not getting too much other benefits, because you want to get a lot of benefits and upgrading your player. So the last pie chart is what I personally pick. You're going to want to max everything out, and once you get the post hooks, since I assume a lot of point guards probably won't be doing too many post hooks, because I'm assuming you want to dunk on people and everything. You're going to want to bring it down to 81. You're going to want to bring it down to 81, so that way you can save a couple badge points. That many badge points could be the difference between one badge on a different category. So then, since I'm assuming you already chose most the finishing pie chart, I'm assuming you don't want to shoot. But if you do want to shoot, I had to just say you're losing out on some playmaking and some defense. So since I'm assuming, since you've already chosen the finishing pie chart, you obviously don't want to shoot that much. So I just go to playmaking, max that out. Max that out. You can't bring it down. I would suggest keeping the post moves at 83 is not that serious. You get 20 playmaking badges. That's a lot. So, and then just max the rest out. Let me see something first. Yeah, you can. I think you can get up to 10 shooting badges. Not shooting. 10. Yeah, you can get about to 10 defense, which is pretty good. So yeah, in this build that I just made, get 30 finishing, obviously. I'm assuming most of you don't want to touch shooting, but I kind of messed with this a little already. If you really want to shoot on this pie chart, which I don't recommend, you can get 10 shooting badges. But if your mid-range is low, just don't expect to shoot threes unless you like know what you're doing. So I suggest going for defense. You get 10 defense, 20 playmaking, 30 finishing, and that's 61 badges. 61 badges for a primary finishing chart. And you know, the body shape doesn't matter, but for mine, I always go like defined. And your height. Now, if I were you guys, I would not, just what I would do, I would not go below 6'2", because it measures what you're standing on. And I would not go above, I probably wouldn't go above 6'5", 6'6", would probably be straight. Because you know, look at like your speed's taking a hit, and even though you get A+ and all that stuff, you'd be around a 90. I suggest that, you know, just like keep it around 6'5" and all that stuff, because your standing donk's already pretty high, unless you like really, like unless you know you really just want to like, if you really want high standing dunk, whatever, to get more dunk packages, you could be 6'6", but your strength gets better, your vertical, it goes to 90, and there's a big difference. Acceleration dropped to 80, speed dropped to 81. But if it were me making this build, I'd probably go like, you know, 6'4", or whatever. Because you're not losing too much. So, and you actually gain strength. So I'd either go 6'4" or 6'3". And well, for me, I'd probably you get more than you lose for going, you know, 6'4", and you'll become a lot faster anyway from gym rest. So I'd just go 6'4". So you can go 6'5" if you want. For me personally, I would go 6'4", and I'll make the weight to the point where you're gaining strength, but you're not losing acceleration. So 198, you lose one lateral quickness, but that's just one. It's not that big a difference. I think like if you was losing 5, it'd be a difference. But yeah, that and your wingspan, you know, this is up to you. But if you max it out, you lose strength. But if you minimize it, you lose defense and you get strength. But if it was me, I'd probably just either keep it in the middle or raise it up to the point where it's not losing strength. So I'd either keep it in the middle or go to 81.5. And you're not losing too much, you go to 81.5. So probably do that just to get that extra little bit of defense. You're losing one ball handle and one post moves. It's not that serious. You could easily like either buy boost or get takeover, and you'll be able to, you know, momentum and all that stuff. Now for this, I know a lot of people, they want to like break ankles or whatever. Just so you know, finishing takeover, slasher takeover gets you 10 plus, you know, dribbling moves. So you can like, what's the name of it? It gives you 10 plus ball handle. I don't know when to say that. So if you want to like finish, but you want the ball handling really badly to the point where you choose playmaker, you might as well choose finishing, because you get 10 plus on that anyway. So for all the people that would have chose this for ball handling, choose this instead, because you get 10 plus. And yeah, I'll go on to the next build. And the comparisons are Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose, and John Wall. Which in my opinion, they're all pretty good slashers, good playmakers too. So yeah, I'll get on to the next bar chart. So I'm pretty sure the next bar chart is shooting. And if you haven't noticed by now, like I could have sworn I said already, and if I didn't, like explain it well enough, I'm gonna do 5 bar charts, and I'm trying to do like full bar charts. And what I mean by not full, pie charts to the point to where it's like 30, you can get 30 badges in one category. But yeah, I did finishing. I'm gonna do shooting next. And for the last bar chart, I'm gonna choose the most balanced one that like lets you get, you know, the best, the most all-around stats. The one where you can do everything, mostly. Well, yeah, basically everything. So out of all of these, since you're a shooter, they're already gonna make you a little bit slower than the average guard. So since speed is really important, because you know a lot of people like to run around and catch and shoot, I would choose the fastest pie chart, which is the first one, because strength doesn't matter. You're a shooter, and vertical doesn't matter. You're a shooter, so shouldn't need to worry about those two. And yeah, I would obviously skip finishing, come straight to shooting, max everything out, and get it to where your post fade is 86. So you could save the extra badge points, because you know that could be the difference between another badge point in a different category. And also, nobody are like, well, what if I max this also so I can get a layup? Hey, if you don't have 75 plus, yeah, I think it's 75, but I know for a fact if you don't have 80, you can't get certain packages, so I wouldn't touch it at all. And close shots, they go on regardless. If you haven't seen, statistic very late close shots go in, so I'm sure having 57 won't matter at all. And it's a close shot anyway, it's supposed to go in. Close shot is like basically a layup, in my opinion. It's like it's gonna go in just as much as a layup. But yeah, come down here, put these badges in, and bring it down. But yeah, you get 15 playmaking badges, and that's good. You see how many defense you can get. Pretty sure you get 11. Pretty sure I did this earlier. I think it's 11. Yeah, it's 11. So as you can see, this build is pretty good. What is that, 57 badges? Yeah, I think that's 57 badges. But yeah, as you can see, you get 30 shooting, pretty obvious, 15 playmaking, 11 defense. Now I'm assuming a mistake with this build, or similar builds like this, they probably touch driving layup. So, you know, they could make it better, but 47 driving layup is the same as 95. This is gonna go in if you're wide open. But yeah, you can see this build, you know, good defense, good playmaking, very good shooting, bad finishing. But I'm assuming if you want to finish, you just do a layup. It's the same 2 points you get for dunking or whatever else. So body shape doesn't matter. Now height. If I were you, now you can make this build however you want. But if I were you, I would not go past 6'5", because it gets to the point where your speed goes below like the base 80. So using that logic, since you're a shooter, you want to be fast, be a good spot up shooter. So I wouldn't decrease your speed so much, because you know shooters run around, and if you're not that fast, then you know you can't be the max. You can't use the max potential of being a shooter. So it's just, you know, if you just like want to be 6'6", so bad you could do it. But like I said earlier, this is your build. You can make it how you want. I'm just giving like, you know, suggestions on how you could make it like better. So, and I wouldn't go below 6'2", but knowing me, I would probably make my build. What would I make it? It would either be like between 6'2" and 6'4". What would I make it? That's higher dribbling, but you know, I'd probably go 6'3". Yeah, I'd go 6'3", because you know, not losing or gaining anything. So let me see. I would want to be faster, because you know you're not gonna get like I already said, you're shooting, so that automatically counts off strength and vertical. Why would you need vertical if you're shooting? So 170. Now this one, you can make the wingspan whatever you want. If you minimize it, you can be a better dribbler, but you'll be a worse defender. Maximize it, the vice versa. But look, this is my thinking, right? So, like when you get to 90 and something, it's to the point where it can't really get that much better. So using that logic, if I have like around a 90, like shooting or whatever, I'm gonna green wide open every time. So if I max on my wingspan, that's just making me better at defense. So I'm gonna lose some ball handling and post moves. Don't care about the post moves, but anything above 70 in ball handling, that's enough to get you wide open to create enough space or whatever. At least in my opinion, that's all I would really need if I was on like a scoring build or whatever. That's how much ball handling I'd have around it. But yeah, the defense 78, know what I mean, 78 steals, 61 block. That's pretty good. So you like almost a two-way, or somewhere near that, kind of like a two-way sharp, but the defense isn't high. But if you play with it right, it could be one. And you know, like I said, that's enough to get you wide open. The ball handling. So, like in the finishing one, I know a lot of people want 10 plus ball handling, so they choose the playmaker takeover. But shot creator gives you 10 plus ball handling and 10 plus mid range. But I'm assuming since you made this build, you want to shoot threes. But if you want 10 plus ball handling that bad, I suggest choosing shot creator over playmaker if you were going to choose playmaker for the ball handling. But if I were you, and like just overall, I would choose, you know, the sharpshooting takeover over both of these, because you get 5 plus ball handling in this one anyway. You get 5 plus on everything, on every takeover, even like the non-essential ones. Like I get 5 plus layup on all of these, even though they're not finishing. Well, the takeover gives you a boost all around everything. But back to this. So, you know, I can't even speak. If you really want 10 plus ball handling that bad, just choose this one. But since I'm assuming you made this build to like shoot from the parking lot or whatever, I'd choose this one. But you can choose whatever you want. I recommend sharp. I recommend sharp first, shot creator second, playmaking third. But if I'm making this build, I choose sharp. You choose whatever you want. You get the most benefits from sharp. You get benefits from shot creator and take over too, but not as much. I made a sharpshooting facilitator, similar to Kyrie, Steph, and Trae Young. And yeah, I'll get on to the next build. So for the third pie chart, I'm going to do mostly playmaking. I'm pretty sure that's the next one. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah. It's this one. So off the bat, since playmaker's already pretty fast, like the lowest speed you see here is 84, and that says a lot. So from that, since playmaker's already, you know, pretty decent, again, decent at shooting, decent at finishing, whatever, decent at defense, I would choose either the first or the second one to make them even more versatile. But out of both of them, I choose I ain't even first and second. The second to last or the last one. I'd probably choose the last one because once you get takeover, because you're a playmaker, depending on whatever archetype you choose, you probably end up getting like 10 plus in speed anyway, on top of gym right and all the other stuff. So, well, it's probably not 10 plus, but you get the point. It'll probably like touch around 99 if it's not already 99. So, because of what you'll get for getting a higher overall, I choose the last chart for the, you know, the second charts, out of the second chart. You know what I mean, the one I just got off of. I'm gonna start off with playmaking, since, you know, quite good I'm on. And I get the plus moves to 81. You could do a lot more and get like more badges out of these. Well, not more. I'll just show you what I mean. So you can get this. So you can get this to a max of 16. You can get this to a max of 15, but you couldn't play defense, or at least not a lot of you. But if I was making this build, I'd do something close to this. Yeah, something like that. You win with 11 finishing, 11 shooting, and 10 defense. Now, if we're looking at it, that's pretty spread out, that's pretty balanced, that's pretty decent. But you can, like I said, you can make this build however you want. So, using that logic, if you can take off the defense, do whatever, but if I'm making this build, I'm probably making something similar to this. But if I like really wanted that extra finishing badge, I would just like, I'm not even gonna lie, I would take off some of the playmaking. Cause if you have 25 plus playmaking badges, that's enough. Like you already have a lot. But this is what I would do. I get the, hold on. Can I just do this? I can just do this. supposed to be. Oh. But yeah, I'd take some off the playmaking and put it to finishing so I can get 12. So I can get 4 gold badges. And yeah, I could still end up with 27 playmaking. And I can get 29 playmaking badges. And still sacrifice some of it and get 4 badge points and put that in whatever. Can I get 12 shooting? No, I can't, sadly. Can I get 13 finishing? And then increase the defense. Or if you can't increase the defense, then I'll just see. No, I can't. But you get the point, like, this is pretty versatile. But if I were y'all, with these extra 6 badge points, I guess it would be the most helpful for a guard. I don't know, I guess just put it in block or whatever, so you can get that extra block bonus. So yeah, see that 12 shooting, 12 finishing, 11 shooting, 29 playmaking, 10 defense. No, you can do whatever you want. So if you really was like, oh no, I want 30, you could just put whatever I just took off, go into this, and get 30 playmaking, 12 finishing, 11 shooting, you can do whatever you want. Like, it doesn't matter. But I'll just go with this, because you know, the most bounce. That doesn't matter. Nah, this matters a lot for this build, because you know, this is based on speed, because you're a playmaker. But like I said, and the rest of them, I wouldn't go higher than 6'5", and I wouldn't go, well, actually, you know what, 6'5", that's, let's see. Alright, so, actually, I might have made this build 6'5". Yeah, you're getting strength, you get 80 vertical, but that's 80 HP, 80 acceleration. But that's 80 driving dunk too. 60, 6'4" has it too. But if I'm making this build, if I'm even making it 6'4" or 6'5", because you know, it gets the most benefit. What would I do? I'm gonna lie, I'll make it like, which one? I'll make it 6'4". Now the weight, you're a playmaker, but I mean, how much strength would you get? You could touch 70 strength, but as you can see, that messes with your acceleration. So what would I do? They don't have it to wear, or whatever. I put it 196, because you get that. Don't you get extra strength? No. I'll put it at 196, because you know, it's at the point where you're about to lose something, but you always wanna way more so you get body less. But I put it to the point where it's like to the peak to where I can't bring it up anymore. So yeah, 196 if I'm making this type. And the wingspan, now if you max it out, those shooting stats, that's enough to hit them wide open. The ball handling 93, you can still momentum whatever. Post move doesn't matter. Your steal is higher. But I'd either, not gonna lie, let me see. Yeah, there are a lot of benefits. But just doing whatever. But if I'm y'all, I would just, not gonna lie, since defense has 10 and the scoring has 11 and 11, I just max out the defense. It's up to you. Or you can just leave it in the middle. Like, I'm just gonna leave it in the middle for the sake of the video. Now all of these get 10 plus ball handling. Obviously the playmaker one. But since you're a playmaker, you probably want to choose this. But these two, if you want to score whatever, I'd either choose, let me see, I choose Flasher first, Shot Creator second, and Playmaker third in terms of scoring. But it all depends on your play type. So, let me see, what would I pick? Honestly, I didn't pick Playmaking and Slashing because Shot Creating, you get the same 2 points for doing movement shots. I guess you just get more space, great angles. But based off my play style, I choose. I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably choose playmaking. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. I'll probably choose playmaking. You can choose whatever you want, though. Yeah, I think it's a slashing playmaker. Yeah, you get a slashing playmaker. Like Damian Lillard, John Morant, Tony Parker. And yeah, I'll get on to the next pie chart right now. Chart is going to be defense. I'm not sure how many people are going to want to use this pie chart, especially since you're a guard. But I'm not going to lie, it gets a decent amount of finishing badges. So if you really just want to like troll people and like you just don't want them to score, this would be a good pie chart for you. But let me see. Again, yeah, this got to be like, this has around the same speed as okay, so if I were y'all, I would either choose this. Oh, this has a lot of vertical. The second to last pie chart or the last pie chart. Honestly, I'm choosing the last one because you're getting like a lot of strengths for a guard. Your vertical is like 95. Your speed is in the 90s. You can't really go wrong with this pie chart. Pretty sure it's the best one. And you're gonna get the 8+ everything for hitting 99 and just getting a gem rat badge. So I'm obviously gonna go down to defense first, max that out. And if you notice that I didn't even have to really, well actually no, if you get your offensive rebounding to 74, that's it. You don't need to touch anything else in defense, which leaves you with a lot more upgrade points. But we'll come back to the defense section. So I suggest not like really upgrading shooting because you don't get like a lot of benefits. You get enough benefits to get gold quick draw, which in most cases won't help unless you have other shooting badges or unless you know what you're doing. But yeah, let's go to finishing. Let me see, you can get, isn't it like 17? You can get 17 finishing badges. And you gotta remember to take some off so you can get the extra badge points. So yeah, you get 55 post up so you can get the extra badge points. You can get 17 finishing. That's just how I showed how low the shooting is. You can put the rest in playmaking. And you can get 11 playmaking badges, take some off of there. You can upgrade your rebounding. Now since you already have 30 defense, if I were you, I would just try to make my rebounding better overall. And which you probably get more defense. So you can get 17 finishing, 11 playmaking, which is enough to create space, and 30 defense, obviously. You could be a good rebounder too. Because if you have a 70 rebounding, that's enough for your player to be like, oh, maybe I should jump for the ball. Versus just reaching on the ground. I hate that animation so much. That animation is just so aggravating to me. But yeah, that's really good. 30 defense, 11 playmaking, and 17 finishing. Now obviously you can't shoot, well depending on who you are, but just look at it. I doubt a lot of people will want to go for this build, but honestly, if I want to make a troll build to aggravate people, this would be a really good choice. Because it's enough, like I said, there's enough playmaking to create space to dribble, but more than enough defense and enough finishing to posterize. Yeah, you get 91 drive. Bro, this build is actually pretty good. This is the third best build, or is it? Comment down below. Do you think this build is better than the playmaking pie chart, or second to it? Because out of those two, they're pretty good. I guess you just count out the badges to see which one could do more or whatever, but yeah, honestly, now since you're a defender, I highly suggest, you're going to be guarding other guards, but at the same time, the shorter you are, the worse you become at guarding. But just like the other ones, I would not go below 6'2". I don't even know if I would go to 6'2". I mean, you get more speed. Yeah, if I were you, actually, you know what? I don't know. If you really want to dribble, you go to 6'2". But let me see something. Yeah, you're actually getting if you want to be a better defender, But you're already pretty, like, this build has so much potential, except shooting, but, you know, you made this build to, you know, play defense. But you make it 6'5", you're blocking people, getting more rebounds, more interior defense. Nobody's really scoring on you if you're 6'5", at least unless they're a center, and then I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, would I make this build 6'6"? I mean, I would. Alright, so here's how I would go. If you don't care about ball handling, I would make it 6'6" or 6'5", but if you care about it, I would make it 6'2" or 6'3", maybe even 6'4". So look, here's the break off. Like I said, go 6'5" and up if you don't really care about ball handling, and go 6'5" to 6'3" if you do care about it. For me, I'm just gonna make mine like 6'4", or whatever, because you know, 70 ball handling, that's enough to create space. If I didn't say that earlier, you go with that. Yeah, 6'4", that should be straight. And now what I want to do is I want 80 strength. You lose one acceleration. Let's be honest, at the end of the day, look at how all around this build is. Obviously, except the shooting. I'll lose acceleration. I'm gonna get 8 more anyway. So what's the point? I'll lose some acceleration for 80 strength. Like this build is just like, not gonna lie, it's pretty good. But yeah, I'd make it 197 if I was making this build. Wingspan. You're already pretty good at defense. I don't know if you really need to touch it, but if you want to be a better dribbler, you can minimize it. You're not losing too much defense, because you know, 70. I think 70 plus block. That's enough to block consistently. There's more ball handling. We're getting closer to momentum. You're shooting. You flat out can't shoot unless you know what you're doing. But let me see. Maybe like, I don't know. I would either go just 76.9 or I'd either go 76.9 or leave it in the middle. Yeah. And maybe 76.9. You're losing more than you're gaining. I mean, you're gaining more than you're losing, in my opinion. So I'd go with that. And no, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, Locked On Takeover is trash. Like, I know a lot of y'all are like, oh, but it'll help me climb more. I mean, it probably, I can see it helping, but with 30 defensive badges, that's almost like having Locked On Takeover anyway. But using the logic is just I would suggest just getting Slasher, because it's like Locked On Takeover. It doesn't really help much. I think you get 10 plus finishing, but at the same time, like, if you're like playing on a team, I don't know if you're going to be able to get your takeover that much if it's meant for defense and you want to be on offense eventually. So I go with slashing. And this build is a two-way finisher like Byron Davis, DeJounte Murray, or Russell Westbrook. And I'll get to the final build and pie chart right now. Now for the last build, a lot of you probably already know this, unless you're, new to the game and you're watching this video. But for the ones that aren't, arguably, well, probably not even arguably, the best build in this game, the most versatile, would be the one on the defense and playmaking pie chart. A lot of you probably already know where I'm going with this. Be the two-way slashing playmaker, and I'll show you how to make one. Let me see. I probably choose the last pie chart again. That's what I've mostly been choosing because it's the most versatile. And remember, you get A+ on everything. You go with the versatile one, you're getting A+ on the stuff that wasn't already maxed out, so you can actually gain and increase versus having something that was 95 and can increase from, you getting a higher overall or whatever. But yeah, I would get this is me, how I would make the build. You can switch it up however you want, but overall it's gonna be good anyway. So just not that much. Next I would probably have 21 playmaking. But let's see. You could get, what's my still? Hold on. No, that was definitely not it. he can get 12 finishing, 10 shooting, 21 playmaking, and 18 defense. Now, this is better than the playmaking build because, you can get, you're a better finisher, like to the point where you can get contact dunks. So that's why this is better than the playmaker pie chart. And it has 10 shooting, which is technically worse than the playmaking pie chart, but 10, that's enough to shoot. That's like, the badges will basically increase these low stats. The mid-range does decent. You get that wide open to 3. You're gonna want to have that around 70 to be at least decently consistent. But overall, if I was making this build, I'd make it like this. But if you wanted like the extra, this is how most people make it. I'll just show you. They go like this. Take that off. They make the build with, I think I put on too much finishing. They make the build like this. 10 finishing, 10 shooting, 20 playmaking, 20 defense. Now the reason I didn't make mine like that is because I don't need that many defense badges. I know how to play defense. I don't need that many. And I was like, so I feel like it'd be smart to get 4 gold finishing badges instead so I could be a better finisher, right? Because my shooting is peaked at 10 badges. But you don't need that many defense badges, in my opinion. But, it's whatever you want to do. But, what was it? It was 18. So, max my playmaking to 21 and put the finishing back up. This is how I will make it. I'm missing the badge somewhere. Where is it? But yeah, this is how I would make mine, and I just showed you how most people make theirs. But yeah, on to the next thing. Body shape doesn't matter, but I usually make mine defined. Now height. I would suggest, like I said most times, not going below 6'2", not going above 6'5". Because once you turn 6'6", you lose contact dunks before you turn to 96 overall. So I would keep it. Would I make it 6'5"? I probably would make it 6'5" if we're being honest. But like your overall defense, it increases more than it decreases. And you'll have enough. Your ball handling, it'll get there to the point where you can momentum. But if I don't know, I'd even make it 6'4" or 6'5". Let me see. I would make it 6'4" because I want a momentum off the rip. So I'll make it 6'4", and 86, that's when you get momentum. You need 86 ball handling, and I have 87. So do the math. And what would I do? I'd get it to where I'd have like 72 strength. Yeah, I'd making 196. So I get that little strength boost. Oh, yeah, 196. So I get that little strength boost and I don't lose anything in anything else. Now for the wingspan, this is important for the build. If you max it out too far, you lose some shooting potential and you lose strength. But if you decrease it, you get shooting potential and you gain strength. You lose a little bit of defense, but if you have 18 defensive badges, that almost cancels out basically anything they tell you that goes down to defense. But if I was making this build, I think I would leave the wingspan in the middle, because I'll leave the wingspan in the middle or either bring it down so that way I can increase my shooting. And honestly, you know what? I would bring it down so I could be a better shooter. You're already a good enough defender. Now, you get 4 takeovers. Off the bat, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this takeover is trash, to me at least. I think you get 10 plus drive and dunk or 10 plus drive and layup or whatever, but it's still trash. I know some of y'all made this build to want to play defense, but at the same time, a defensive takeover is like, it's not that beneficial. Like, you can't get back-to-back steals like you'd want. And the takeover, in my opinion, doesn't activate a lot. So I choose one of these 3. And all of these get 10 plus ball handling, so based off my play style, I would choose playmaker, but I feel like slash should be the most beneficial. for obvious reasons, because you'll get, 10 plus driving layup, which will mean, let's say my build had 87. No, it had 86, because I brought it down. So 86 plus 10, that's 96. That's basically a contact dunk every time. So, but if I had playmaking, they give you 5 plus driving dunk. So you do the math, it's pretty obvious. But based off my play style, I choose playmaker. But based off overall benefits, I choose slasher. And I choose a shot creator because it's like the same 2 points you get if you went to go dunk. So why would I shoot, which is harder than finishing over people, which is easier with this takeover. So yeah, I choose this takeover personally, but I'm sure a lot of you would rather this one for contact dunks. So yeah, slashing takeover, and you have a two-way slashing playmaker, like I said earlier. But yeah, I hope you like this video, and I'm gonna make the shooting guards to center eventually, like I said earlier. But like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you on the next one.